Uja, Uben Nefer, Good Rising and Great Awakenings. I'm Tachia Ahmed El Ma'at here with Keematones Cosmic Sound Healing with a little bit of an announcement and update about our Healing Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome with Sound class that was scheduled to begin tonight. However, due to the unexpected downfall of rain and abundance and crazy weather.
Yeah, this is why we postponed the class.
And it's a holiday today. We didn't consider that because we don't really pay attention to this holiday. When we scheduled the class, we decided to start next week on September 10th with the introduction. Tonight was going to be Introduction to Keematones, Cosmic Sound Healing, and Introduction to Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. So for now, I'm just going to put out a few little videos, and then we'll start next week with the introduction. The introduction class is by donation, and then the 10 weekly classes covering the Sankofa steps, there's a fee for those, and you can pay for them individually, or there's a discount if you pay for all 10 at the same time. And you can do that at Eventbrite, and the link is posted somewhere below this video. So for those of you that are completely new to Keematones, Keematones is a sound healing therapy that is similar to acupuncture, using sound instead of needles. We use tuning forks that attune to the different planets, and at Keematones, they also correspond to the different Neters, Orishas, or other indigenous ancestral archetypes. If there's a pain, a symptom of illness or disease or obstacle in your life, in our life, that means there's a block in the flow. Block the flow of energy, water, blood, abundance, love, money, opportunities, whatever. There's a block. And so we use the sound vibrations to remove the block, to eliminate the block, and then that eliminates the problem. So it's very effective, and there's no pain with plenty of gain. You have to excuse these pinhole glasses. I finally ordered a new case, and so they're kind of going nuts here. Anyway, post-traumatic slave syndrome, or PTSS, is a term that was first made popular by Dr. Joy DeGruy. I think it's Dr. Joy DeGruy or Leary DeGruy. I'm not really sure. I think she's gotten married. Anyway, she looked at all the troubles that humanity has been inflicted with since the time of chattel slavery here in the U.S. over the past 400 years, and all the things that happened subsequently when it was supposedly ended. And rather than dealing each aspect individually, she says just look at it all as one illness and treat it holistically. So when I first started, reading her book and watching the videos and just, different articles that she wrote, as a sound healer, my first reaction was, well, it's really similar to PTSD. We just have a different focus. And so that's when I came up with the idea to have a healing protocol for dealing with PTSS. And in 2016, there was a free online webinar series. And it was a free online webinar series, and it was more geared towards self-care. And I took myself through the protocol. And after the whole 10 or 12 episodes, some really interesting things happened. And it kind of, spooked me out a little bit. It was all good. And I didn't really, revisit it until recently when it was time to organize this class. So I've been wanting to have this opportunity to work with a group of people that are experiencing PTSS and take them through the steps and see where we are. So what are the steps? So Dr. Joy DeGruy, after she published her book on post-traumatic slave syndrome, she published a workbook which focuses on healing post-traumatic slave syndrome. And she came up with 10 steps called Sankofa steps with questions and exercises for discussion. And then I took a healing protocol for healing PTSD from acupuncturists that were working with veterans and adapted it to our situation, and then also some other extraordinary vessels and, you know, chakra work, and then also looking at the aspects of the netters, the cosmic forces such as Asar, Aset, Jehuti, Ma'at, etc., the various chants and songs, yoga postures. There's so many applications. So that is pretty much the idea for the class. So if you actually attend the class, we will have a brief lecture on PTSS. Sometimes it'll just be a video by Dr. Joy. And then we'll have a discussion on the Sankofa step for the week. And then we will discuss the KemeTones protocol, and then each participant will receive an attunement. So by the end of the class, if you attend all of the sessions, you will have gotten 11 treatments. The first one is just introductory to, to open the way to get your body, familiar with the tones, and then one for each Sankofa step. And since I know a lot of this depends on marketing and scheduling and things like that, at the end of the 10th session, we may have a little gathering kind of to acknowledge that you've been through all 10 Sankofa steps. But I have a feeling, since some people will just come to a few and not able to attend all 10, that I'm just gonna, keep rolling it, keep it going. And I'll probably do another webinar series. So, anything else? Oh yes, we'll also have a little bit of horoscopes astrology reading for each class, so that we can see what's going on in the cosmos when it's time for the attunements. And I will be handing out handouts from the workbook from Dr. Joy. And I guess that's all I want to say. So stay tuned this week for a few more announcements about the class, which will be starting on Monday, September 10th. That's from 6:30 to 8 at Lax Energy Works, 2237 South Michigan in Chicago. And next week will be the introductions to post-traumatic slave syndrome and introductions to KemeTones and the introductory attunement. Okay? So until then, Hattab.
Yeah, this is where we postponed the class.